What's popping? What's going on? Hope y'all can see me up here and hear me. That's computer problems, but we are back. Let's get it going. It is Monday. It is the day the Lord has made. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I'm Claude Perry. This is the Monday Mastermind call. Let me get the camera here set up while I want it. And we are down for the call. So, hope you had a great weekend. Hope you were ready to engage. As usual, this is the Monday Mastermind YouTube Live. Our goal is to give you guys the tools and tips that I've learned, I've used, people have used them around the world on how to have the best version of yourself and how to see the most success in your business. So, there's a funny, if you guys know who John Maxwell is, you may have heard this phrase before. I've heard it from him quite a bit, and I feel like he says this when he's about to give people some disheartening news. I feel like I heard John Maxwell say this when he's finna tell people, when he's about to tell people what they need to hear, but it might not be what they want to hear. I'm John. I'm your friend. I'm Claude. And I am your friend. I have nothing to gain from hopping on here and capping, telling anybody anything other than what's real, what's backed up by social proof, what's been backed up by years of not just philosophy, but action. Because it's one thing to say, hey, get fit, and I'm overweight. It's one thing to say, hey, you know, this is the way to do it, but I have never done it, right? So this may not be 100% right. I'm pretty sure it's 95% right. So if you can just lean in, you can buy in for a couple of minutes and then take notes, and then weigh it after. That's something I learned from my first YouTube mentor, who I very much just binged his stuff. Jim Rome, he says, take notes now, weigh it later, which means don't make the habit of second guessing anything in real time, right? If a lion runs in your house, you ain't gonna second guess running. You're gonna run first, right? So treat this moment very serious. Treat this moment like everything is gold. Take a lot of notes, and then after, weigh it. Read the notes. Give it the logic test. Does this sound logical? Does this sound like something that makes a lot of sense? And can I scale it? Can I grow off it? So give me 1 second. Let me change cameras here. Then we'll get going right now. Okay, so we're gonna take the information in and weigh it later. So today, hey, I'm Claude, I'm your friend. I'm gonna get right into it. These are some reasons. These are some facts on why you will win or why simply you will not win. These are some characteristics, these are some traits, these are some ideas that you want to evaluate your activity. You want to evaluate what you do most. You want to evaluate what folks around you do most. You know, I grew up in a very urban environment, and my uncle said very early on, again, I'm keep real. He said, learn from the bums. Learn from the dope fiends. Even if you learn what not to do. You know, now, we can't pay them, we can't hire them to teach us, but I can observe and I can learn from every single person on God's green earth. So these are some traits on how to win, and these are some things that you may see on how not to win. First things first, know what relationships to avoid. If that's professional relationships, if that's partner, as in, you know, sexually, if that's if that's relationship, if that's a wife, husband, know which ones to avoid, right? This is another thing before I get deep. Avoid anybody in any business that preaches small investment and big ROI. Again, if they preach small investment but heavy ROI, I would avoid those guys and girls, because what they're telling you is that you're going to gain a lot from only doing a little bit. And particularly in our business, the people business, you have to invest heavily in yourself, heavily in tools that's going to scale your business, and heavily in activity. And those are some things that help you grow. So, pen and paper, let's go. All right. Not following through will kill you. Have you guys ever met somebody that never falls through? It's like, imagine you have gingerbread houses, right? And you're building a bunch of these little houses, little cute gingerbread houses, but you don't put on a roof. You can have quality gingerbread. You can have the best gingerbread, the best icing, the best candy, the best setup. Your gingerbread house can be made with more quality bread than any bread on the market. If you don't put the roof on the gingerbread house, you cannot sell that house for full price, right? So avoid the habit of not following through. How do you avoid that? By not overcommitting, right? How do you avoid too much clutter, right? Too much things to do, not enough time. Stop telling everybody yes. There's a book out there called The Power of the Word No. Great book. Hey, I can't commit right now. Hey, I can't say I can right now. If anything changed, I'll let you know. Hey, Claude, can you be here at 4 o'clock? Hey, Claude, can you give me a ride? Hey, man, I'm sorry. I can't say I can right now. I'm going to say no. If anything changed, I will let you know. If you don't start telling people no, to start telling yourself yes, you're going to find yourself looking up 10, 20 years down the line and playing the blame game. Now, how you say it matters, but at the end of the day, if it comes down to you saying it rude, to freeing up your time, to handling your goals that your family needs you to handle, I might have to just say, I'm going to say rude today, I'm going to say sorry tomorrow. But I got to make sure I do what I got to do for me and mine. Because if you have kids, if you have family, you have a spouse, parents are taken care of. If you're okay, they're okay. If you're not okay, they're not okay. So avoid overcommitting. Avoid not following through. Neglect is another topic. Neglect. Hey, putting things off. Right? If you grew up in some households, you may have a neglectful kitchen. You know, parents neglected not to get that belt, right? Letting dishes stack up every day. Before you know it, all your dishes are gone. They're in the dairy sink, and now you have a lot of work. And it's in most cases you have a lot of work needed to do when it's time to eat. So now you have to put eating on hold to clean the kitchen because you neglected, right? So avoid neglect. If neglect will harm you, and we know this, right? So why do you do it? Well, because it's easy to neglect. It's easy to put the things off in life. It's easy to just go, you know what? Let me do it tomorrow. Let me make the calls tomorrow. Let me do the deal tomorrow. Avoid neglect. Avoid not doing things in the moment. You know, if there's one thing I'm great at, it's getting stuff done. I work off a list every single day. Now, I might not get everything done. But trust me, I am getting a lot of it done because I'm going to avoid neglect. I'm going to work off a list. I'm going to say no to 85% things other people ask me to do. Now, I might come back and do it on Tuesday or Wednesday for them, but I got to make sure I do what I got to do. You got to be able to navigate and choose wisely. What activities in your life move the needle? What activities in your life move your needle, not their needle? What things do you got to do that are close to your bottom line, right? And be a master at knocking those off, right? This is another thing. This is key. If you constantly have errors every day, before you know it, you have an error-filled week. If you constantly have error-filled weeks, you will have error-filled months. If you constantly have error-filled months, you have error-filled years. So Claude, we're humans. How can we have an error-free life? Well, you can't. But you can calculate your moves better. You can say yes to less things. So the shots you take are shots you're going to make. If you say yes to everything, that's a lot of shots. When there's so many shots like that, your odds for having some go in go down dramatically. So be willing to understand you will have to take on less in this season. If you're trying to lose weight, it may not be doing PX 95,000, working out every single day. That sounds great. But why not just not eat before 6 p.m., run every morning, run every night, and write down in a journal the reasons you need to lose weight. Well, it won't work. Or try it first. Because I do know this. If you ever go to run to the mailbox, and you run to the mailbox, you're going to have a higher belief level in yourself that you can run around the block. If you tell yourself, after being not in great shape, I'm going to run around the block, and you have not ran to the mailbox ever or lately, you're going to go, the block seems so far. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow, I'm going to do it Wednesday. Friday, Saturday. You're going to be putting things off. You're going to be living in neglect. You're going to be living in broken promises to yourself. So why not slow down, lower the bar, right? Lower the cost of entry. It's free to get in the club. Come on in. It's free to get in. Come on in. Lower the cost, right? Lower the cost. Go into your day with not a lot of things on your plate. So if I'm trying to lose weight, hey, I'm going to commit to two things. I'm going to commit to not eating after a certain time. I'm going to commit to having some physical activity daily. Running to the mailbox. Claude, it's easy. I can do that. We'll do it. 5 push-ups, 5 pull-ups. Easy. If 5 is too hard, do 3. But we have to be willing to start somewhere, right? So, I keep saying raise, my bad. Lower the bar. Lower the cost of entry. Once you get that small win on that small court, go for the big one. Buy out. Because I do know this. If the belief in you goes higher, you'll try more things. This is why, trust me, I have worked with over the last 7 years in my space, probably 5,000 people at this point. At this point, we have around 700 active people. The person that's quite more mature in life, a little older in life, that has practiced taking L's, their belief in themselves is lower. That 18-year-old kid, even though he has no money, no credibility, he has no list, he has no capital, he is willing to bet on himself more because he has had less time of taking L's. Just that simple. So I'm saying this to say, as soon as you can start winning on a small level, the belief in yourself increases. Once the belief in yourself increases, you're more likely to try more things, right? This is key. Avoid. Now, again, these are not groundbreaking things. I know there's someone watching this and going, man, this is some easy ass stuff. I'm going to turn this guy off. It is not hard to run to the mailbox. It is not hard to not eat after 6. The easy things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. The easy things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. So this is why most folks won't win, because they want the tricky, sexy P590 lessons from the Ultimate Coaching book. I want all the content. I want all the videos. Bro, sis, start with the small video. You know, if you go to our channel, Claude Perry Jr., the one you're on now, we have short videos, 5-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute videos. Because if I got 25,000 best 4K, best footage, 20-minute video, you might not watch it. I got a 3-minute video, shot on a camera phone, you might watch that one, right? Because these small wins matter. Doing what's easy always matters. So, avoid not doing the easy things. Know this, a few daily disciplines goes a long way. Brushing your teeth goes a long way. Brushing your hair goes a long way. Drinking water goes a long way. Working out, eating right, those things go a long way. So ask yourself today, am I executing on the easy things? Am I taking the low-hanging fruit? Y'all, it never fails. And again, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm keeping it lit. I'm keeping it real. I hire people. I talk to them every day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I've done this. I've done that. I never say no, they can't do it. But I'm telling you, they'll be more likely to go, you know what? Let me just get my foot in the door, do the small things first, and go from there. But when your mouth starts overcommitting, you have just raised the bar very high. Now, you might be able to do it. You might have a history of always rocking out that bar. Well, keep doing it then. But most people, if the bar is that high, the pressure they put on themselves is too high. Life happens to them daily, and now they have to neglect. Now they have to put off simple tasks that will make or break their business. If you are in a self-employed business, sales, entrepreneurship, the little things that you do or don't do will make or break your business. So master the little things, right? Write a list. Oh, this is key too. I love this. This is key, right? I'm giving myself fresh revelation. This is key. This wasn't written down, but it's key. Write a list of the disciplines that will move you. If you're trying to lose weight, write a list of the disciplines that people that lose weight probably do. If you're trying to get more financially free, write a list of the disciplines that people that are financially free probably practice. Write a list of the disciplines that will get you to where you want to go. Well, Claude, I don't know any. Stop it. You know a couple. Write down a couple. Don't master the whole list. Try go 1 week mastering one discipline. Just one. Just one. I know it's easy. I know it's easy. Master the one. Right? Know this. If you change, anything will change. You know, look at this. Like, I heard this analogy is pretty cool. You've never seen, like, I got tons of trees right here, right? And forest trees, not like I don't plant, not me. Forest trees in my backyard goes like some kind of wild field. I have never seen a tree that's half grown. These are full blown, probably 20 feet in the air, some kind of trees in Texas. I'm not sure what to call them. Wrong guy. They're big. You've never seen a tree that's gonna half-ass it. You've never seen a dog that half-ass it. You've never seen a fish that half-ass it. Human beings are the only beings on God's earth that will happily half-ass it. 1 second. So, human beings are the only people on God's green earth that will half-ass it because we have choice. We have choice. God has given you and me a choice to be all we can be or subpar par, mediocre, taking third place and loving it. I would encourage you to find 1 or 2 areas in your life that you will not have access. For me, it's in my family. It's in my parenthood to my boys. It's my faith. It's in my business. These are things that I've committed to. Not have access again. Right? This is another thing to avoid. Avoid lying. Of course to everyone. Of course to your girlfriend, to your boyfriend, to your pastor. Avoid lying to yourself. If you lie to yourself, you will lie to other people. If you keep it real with yourself, you'll keep it real with everybody. Now, here's what I know. I never asked a kid, I have children, right? I never asked my son why he lied. They lie because they don't want to tell the truth. You're better off asking, how come? Right? Same question, kind of. Different way of asking it. What you want to do is get to the root of why do you tell yourself certain things. Well, I'm not sure. You may want to figure that out. Like tonight. Figure out why do you tell yourself certain things. Like, so I'm gonna be very vulnerable here because I'm Claude. You can trust me. I grew up in a very, very urban area where police were not our friends, where things happen, right? And I used to tell myself I have to hustle, I have to do illegal things because I'm black, and I won't get a good job because they're racist, because they're prejudiced. Were there people around me that were prejudiced? Absolutely. Were there times people probably were racist? Absolutely. I told myself the story, the lie, that I could not get a decent job because police this, police that. That kept me okay with hustling. It kept me okay. The little hustles every now and then, a little side job, you feel me? Never college, never had a career. Because I told myself, I'm black. They ain't gonna hire me. Claude, that was stupid. I know. It was very stupid. But that lie kept me comfortable. That lie kept me feeling like, hey, I'm doing my best. I was not doing my best. I was making excuses. I was lying to myself. Avoid lying to yourself. Look at the reason why you tell yourself certain lies. Because if you can identify why do I tell myself certain things, you will start to unpack these things. Interject, introduce logic into your equation, which I did not do at 18, 19 years old. Interject logic into your equation. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing that because I'm lazy. Because I don't want to work. Because you know what? I like hustling. I like hanging around outside all night. I like being outside. I like these are my friends. I'm scared to be alone. I'm scared to lose my partners. These are things that I should have told myself. Then I would have said, hey, are you fearful of those things? Maybe you should be unfearful on 1 or 2 things. Maybe you should just try and do one thing, right? Do one thing. Don't quit everything, but try to stop doing one thing. And one thing, small win, leads to 2. Small win leads to 3. Wow, I did it. Wow, belief goes up. Wow, self-confidence goes up. And when self-confidence goes up, you turn up. But you have to be more confident, right? Small wins are important. Get small wins. Work off a list. Say no. All things we know what to do. This is a good phrase. Do what you can when you can. Do what you can when you can. Don't compare yourself to everybody else. This is why I mainly, you would think I love social media. I actually don't. Because I think no matter how refined we are, if you spend hours a day watching other people, watching their best pictures, watching their best highlights. There's a big part of you that compares, that judges, right? When you do that, you usually aren't embracing your superpowers. If you're watching people all day that have things you don't have and you wish you had those things, there's a part of you that's more envious, right, than there should be. So really being mindful of those things and being honest where you're at right this second. But always do what you can when you can. And Les Brown will say do all you can, because all you can do is all you can, right? This is key before I wrap up here. This is one thing that this might not be your fault that you do this. You may have been in a family that mastered this. You might have had a spouse, a partner that was in control of the relationship. And this was a constant trait that they did. Now, if you're 9 years old, 10 years old, we're going to give you a pass. Chances are you ain't 9. You're not 10. Chances are you now know you have this a little bit. And as you listen to this, you're going to know for a fact if you have this impairment. And I'm telling you, grab it by the mother effing throat. If you don't grab this by the throat, you will have daily misfires. Days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, months turn to years, years turn to lifetime. And don't let your children get this from you either. Now you have affected a whole another generation. The trap of overreacting. The trap of overreacting to adversity specifically. You know, some parents, things go wrong, ruins their whole day. Some bosses, some relationships, some spouses have a thing that happened to them. They are in a rut. Might be you. You may have things happen to you. And you might just lose a month. That's a trap. Try this. A 90-second rule. Where you give in. You moan. You complain. Poor little you. Poor little me. Right? Just for 90 seconds. Stay down on the ground just for a little time. To get it out your system. Right? And then commit to, after 90 seconds, going after it, right? Don't let it affect you, right? Let it affect you somewhat, because, again, if you lose $20,000 tomorrow in a stock market and you have $40,000 in there, that means half your money is gone. To say it won't affect you is like saying there's no weeds in my grass and saying they're going to go away. They ain't going nowhere. Someone can get them, not me. But if we acknowledge those are weeds, I don't like the weeds. It's hot in Texas. I ain't picking weeds. Let me call a gardener. I can take action, right? Because I acknowledge it's a problem. I need you to acknowledge that staying down for too long, that letting situations, circumstances, by letting these things put you on the bench for a long time, these things will hurt you. So try 90 seconds, give in to all the crying baby you need. Crying, whining, complaining, give in. After 90 seconds, commit to moving forward. Claw is hard. Change your state. Run a mile. Do 50 push-ups until you get tired. That will exhaust you. You can't be angry and exhausted at the same time. Law of polarity, says Bob Proctor. I can't have light in here and dark at the same time. We have to choose one. If you tired, ha, 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 I bet you ain't thinking about that money no more. Now, you might think about it in 20 minutes after you're tired. Rinse, wash, and repeat. 9 seconds again, run again. Ha, 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 again. Well, Claude, it sounds like I'm really strong. You will be really strong. You will be. You know, but I found, you guys, my perspective has really helped me in life because, again, I'm not going to put my life on some kind of pedestal. I live a wonderful life. I am blessed. God is great. It was not always like this. I have been in the juvenile system since I was in 5th grade. As an adult, I can say it was a misdiagnosis, right? It was things that happened to me at a young age that were ethically wrong, that were morally wrong, because of the rules of society. At that age, I fell into the trap. Now, I didn't help that out. I didn't help them out. Years of me making them right. But the first thing that started me on my little path of getting in trouble was very wrong, very unethical, and I actually had not been in that position as a young 5th grade kid, 19 years old, right? But God is good. The devil's a liar. Perspective is everything. And my ability to use my life, my negative things that some would say, I think they're positive. I think life happens for me, not to me. I think my ability to keep an enhanced perspective and looking at things both ways, all the way around, before I pass a judgment. Look at things fully before you pass the judgment. Never make a permanent decision from a part-time circumstance. Never make a permanent decision from a part-time circumstance. That's the trap. So I'm going to tell y'all a story that I'm letting y'all go. So, again, this is a Chinese proverb I've heard before. You may have heard before as well. So this is not my story. I didn't make it up. So, you know, have at it. There was this farmer, and there was a fair in the community. And at the fair, they had things to win, right? And his family, they had some kind of fruit. They won the fruit contest. They won a pony. They won a brand new pony. How about that? Well, he brought the pony to his home, and the pony broke out loose. It broke loose. It broke the door and ran out. Neighbors knocked on the door. Man, we're sorry that your fence got broken. That sucks. That damn pony's a curse. What the farmer say? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'll be okay though. Well, 2 days later, that pony comes back with a flock of wild Mustangs. Those are horses. Neighbors knocked on the door. Oh my gosh, you won a pony. He escaped. Comes back with 5 more horses. He brought 5 horses back to your stable. You got now 6 horses for free. You are so lucky. God must love you. He said, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'll be okay though. They're like, okay. His son was trying to tame one of the Mustangs. Hopped on a Mustang back, trying to get the horse to, submit. Getting horse used to people. The horse goes crazy. Knocks his son off the horse. Son breaks his arm. Bow! Neighbor knock on the door. Here's some food. Here's some fruit. Your son broke his arm on that damn wild horse. We're so sorry. Horse is bad luck. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But we'll be okay though. They're like, wait a minute, your son's arm is broke. How can you say maybe this is not a bad thing? We'll be okay though. close the door. 2 days later, knock on the door. Military. There's been a draft. There's a war coming to our community. There's a war coming to our community. We need every able-bodied young male. Well, he's not old. I mean, the farmer's not young. He's quite old. His son is in great shape. He rides horses. He farms. He's in great shape. Oh, his arm is broke. He has a cast on. We can't take him. Next home. Neighbor knock on the door. Whoa, your son did not get pulled into the draft like our son did. You are really lucky. God must love you. And the man said, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but we'll be okay. You guys, this story can go on and on and on. We can say, hey, the young man would have missed the draft, missed going to war across the country, missed love his life, right? Or he sits at home, gets out of shape, gets sick, dies early. We can always go things left or right, perspective. But the father had a very calm demeanor about him. He didn't overreact. He didn't let circumstances make him overly happy or underly joyed. If that's a word, underly joyed. Made it up. You heard it here first. Having an enhanced or fair perspective is everything. I would encourage you guys to stay dangerous. Live life on your own terms. Avoid neglect. Avoid not doing little things. Avoid falling for the trap of easy. Avoid falling for the trap of tomorrow. Avoid lying to others. Avoid lying to yourself. Avoid overreacting. If you master committing, if you master doing the little things, what you'll find is that you have a higher belief level in yourself. You'll find that you have a higher I can do it mindset. And the more things you try within reason, the more confidence you're going to gain. Don't try everything. Try a couple of things. And I do know this. If you work on yourself hard in your job, you will be okay. So, I'm Claude Perry. This has been the Monday Mastermind YouTube Live. Hope this added value to you guys amongstly. Our number's on the screen here. Any feedback, any questions, or you want help. You want to know, hey, how can I do some tools, some daily habits that can enhance my thinking, my beliefs? You guys go to the playlist in this YouTube channel. Tons of things that have helped me. These are videos that we have hand chose specifically. Aren't my videos. I didn't make them. These are Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Tony Robbins. These are the greats. Folks I grew up and I still digest daily. Your habits will enhance your lifestyle. Your habits can also your lifestyle. You choose. So I'm Claude Perry. Have a great rest of your week. Let's get it. Peace out.